It is going to be really hot here. Where we are in New England, the heat index is going to be over 100, up to even 110. So we're taking some precautions to help out some of the plants that we have in the garden that do need water. And I just want to run through some of the tips on how to keep your plants alive and thriving even during a heat wave. Gardening sometimes feels overwhelming to you. I know it certainly has done for me. We've put together a little guide just to kind of help you take a step back and reset. And so we've put that guide up on our website. You can go to frogpondvegpatch.com/reset. I'll also leave a link for it down in the description. We all share the same water resources, so it's important to follow any water restrictions that are in place in your area. The best time to water is either first thing in the morning or in the evening when the weather has a chance to cool off. And make sure to keep an eye on any newly planted shrubs or trees. They need a lot of water in the first year to get established, and so if it's going to be really hot, you want to pay extra attention. And with any plant, you may see them look like they're wilting during the heat of the middle of the day, and that's a defensive mechanism. Once things cool off, the plant should return to normal. If not, then that's a sign that they are stressed and they may need more water. Lawn grasses may go dormant during hot periods, so they don't necessarily need a lot more water. When temperatures cool off again, they'll rebound. Now, of course, if you've put any new sod recently, you do want to make sure to keep that well watered until it gets established. Now, if you have a patio or a deck and you've got containers, you might want to think about trying to move them into the shade if you can. And also, put trays underneath the pots, and when you water them, make sure you see the water spill into that tray, so that way you know they're getting enough throughout the day. And if you can, provide some extra shade for those plants. And it's not just plants that need extra attention during hot weather. Having a source of water for frogs, birds, and insects is really important for the overall health of your garden. So even something like a small pond like we have here provides a great habitat, shade, water source for all of the critters in our garden. Some plants, like this elephant ear, are perfectly happy sitting in a shallow pool of water. So if it's gonna be really hot and I don't want to be out here watering all the time, I'm just gonna give it a quick dunk at the edge of the pond and it'll be perfectly happy. Now in this bed, we are laying out a soaker hose, and we have a lot of plants in here, including dahlias, which like a lot of water, and so we don't want to be out here in the middle of the day watering. We want to get the water down to the plants that need it themselves, so we're laying in the soaker hose and weaving it around so that it gets to all of the plants that are going to need it. And we'll run the soaker hose for a little bit each morning, or maybe in the evening, just depending on how hot it is. Now, another thing about the garden is when you plant things like perennials or even annuals and pack them in together, they all start to work together, and they will shade out not only weeds, but they will provide shade to the soil, and that will help prevent moisture loss. So no matter how hot it gets, these plants are okay, and we don't have to water this part of the garden at all. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Let us know down in the comments. And please consider subscribing and clicking on that like button.